As Spider-Man Far From Home, the final movie in Phase 3, is coming closer to releasing, and a ton of events like Comic-Con and the Disney Expo coming up, it looks like we are going to be seeing some major information about Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hey guys, my name's Elijah and welcome to Film Artsy, your number one source for all things films and movies. Today, let's look at what we know so far about these announcements and what we already know about the possibilities of Phase 4. Let's get into it.
Agent Romanoff, you miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
So the first really interesting thing to note is we kind of have a rough idea that we're probably going to be getting some serious announcements from Marvel, likely at Comic-Con in just a couple of weeks. Now we know that Spider-Man Far From Home is the last movie in Phase 3, and they said they wouldn't talk about the next phase until after Phase 3 concluded. So while we do have to wait a little while longer, the likelihood of us seeing the official announcement at Comic-Con this year is looking pretty high, and people are going to need something to be extremely excited about. Now we do have some serious speculation as to which movies we're going to see in this next set of announcements, and they're pretty exciting, and we'll go through that in just a second. But of course we don't have any official confirmation about any of these movies happening, nor do we have the official release dates of when the movies are going to come out. Now Marvel's already gone ahead and posted the dates that we're going to be seeing MCU movies. We don't actually know which movie falls under which date. Now, looking to the list of movies, none of them have officially started filming yet, with the exception of the Black Widow standalone movie, so it's safe to say that not only will this movie likely be the first film of Phase 4, but we might also actually see some sort of behind the scenes or maybe a little teaser trailer dropped at Comic-Con just to get us excited about what's coming. It looks like we're not going to see another movie until May of next year, which is a little less than a year away, so it sounds like that date might line up and maybe we'll see a small trailer just to get us excited about what's coming up in the future. Now they also have said that moving forward they're not necessarily going to have phases in the same way that we've seen in the past, and it looks like they're going to kind of break away from the whole phase 1, 2, 3 type model and more do rolling releases. So while we do kind of have a chunk of movies likely getting announced that'll be Phase 4, wouldn't be too surprised if they maybe drop the phase terminology and begin to go into more of a larger scope of what the narrative is going, or where the narrative is going. Similar to how they recently renamed phases 1 through 3 to the Infinity Saga, maybe we'll have the announcement for whatever this next saga is going to be called, and then they don't have to necessarily stick as sharply to these announcement dates, especially because they always get moved around. Now, while we have speculation as to which movies are going to be announced at the Comic-Con event, we don't necessarily have any for sure confirmation. We can expect maybe a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 announcement, but it probably won't be for a couple of years before that's released, just because James Gunn has other obligations to do with DC after he was fired, but before he was rehired, he signed on. But Guardians of the Galaxy 3 seems pretty for sure going to be happening eventually. As we know, the Black Widow movie should be on its way. There's been a ton of talks about maybe bringing the Eternals to the big screen, and that would be something really cool. They put a ton of hints about it in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, so maybe they can do some sort of tie-in that would work really well. Kevin Feige's also announced that Doctor Strange 2 was in early stages of development last year, so it's likely we're going to probably see either a Doctor Strange 2, or maybe they'll do some sort of team up with Doctor Strange and another character, similar to how they did Thor Ragnarok with Thor and the Hulk. We also expect something with Black Panther, probably a Black Panther 2, just because of how well the first one did. However, this isn't anything that has an official announcement around it. It's just highly speculated because of how well the first one did, that they probably will do a second one, especially because the character is relevant. So it'll be interesting to see if we get the announcement right away or further off. Shang-Chi is another character that is very popular. It looks like this character is going to be coming to the movies soon, while they've hired a director to start getting to work on it. We don't really have a date range if it's going to even be included in the next set of announcements or be a little bit further off, but it looks like it's pretty seriously going to be happening soon. And those are kind of the only ones that we're seriously looking at announcements, which in a way is kind of exciting because they probably will announce maybe 1 or 2 more that will be a huge surprise to fans. I am okay with seeing another Captain Marvel movie, but I think it'd be nice if they kind of push it off a little bit further and maybe do something else with the character involved somewhere else, or whatever they want to do really. There's just a lot of characters that I'd really want to see more of before we start seeing characters from movies that we have just seen. And we don't really know what they're going to do with team-up movies. We don't even know if we're going to see an announcement of another Avengers movie, or if they're going to do the team-up movies in a different type of form. So there's a lot of unknowns still. And we have the TV series on its way also, and that's going to have a ton of different effects going on because now they're launching Marvel TV shows through the Disney Plus channel, which are going to have the actors from the movies. So we have the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we have the one with Scarlet Witch and Vision, another one with Loki, probably the Loki from the alternate timeline when they did the time travel stuff in Endgame. So it's really interesting to see that we're likely looking at these announcements in just a couple of days, and it's really exciting. But that's it for today, guys. Let us know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Which movie are you the most excited for? And we'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye, guys.
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
See you guys.
Know anybody?